Hello everyone, my name is Chang. I'm the team leader. My team members are Nathan Pop, Sarah Zhang, Zheng Dongsun, Tian Yichen, and Christopher Kinzo. For this semester's capstone project, we have been tasked to create an app called Tour Arezzo. Here is some background for the problems. Arezzo is a historical city, and we want to create an app to help the tourists. Tourists come to Arezzo from all around the world with different ages, background, especially technical background. So we want to create an app to help the tourist. We want to create an app that is intuitive to use for all the people with different ages and backgrounds. We want to help them to understand the culture, history, and the art of city Arezzo.
One problem that we're facing is making a user-friendly phone app for all types of people. We want our app to be usable by anyone regardless of their age or their technological ability. So making an app with an easy and understandable interface is key. There also might be international or local tourists and even current residents of Arezzo that will use this app. To aid in this, we will include support for multiple languages. Furthermore, the app must have information that will be usable to all possible demographics. Moving on to the next point of helpful information, the app will contain things like cultural tips, reviews of restaurants, maps, different languages, etc. Additionally, it will contain information about Arezzo's many museums and incredible history. While all the users might not find every feature usable, we believe there will be something for everyone. For example, the reviews of restaurants would still be helpful to current residents of Arezzo, while the other things will be helpful to the other tourists. Lastly, getting augmented reality to work is another problem. We want to use augmented reality to explore the city by things like walking tours and scavenger hunts using maps. Scavenger hunts could include clues to lead people to different locations around Arezzo and help them explore the city in a fun way. By using augmented reality like this, all users can experience an interesting way to explore and learn about the city's rich history, culture, and art.
Our solution will chiefly hinge on a mobile application, which we are developing for both the iPhone and Android operating systems using the Xamarin tool. With Xamarin, we will build the app using C# code inside the Visual Studio's integrated development environment, and then deploy our app to both of those respective systems. This will handle the front end of our solution. Importantly, we will be designing the user interface in such a way that it is clean, sleek, and easy to use for people from a wide variety of backgrounds and ages, including international users. Beyond that, the application will provide several features that we will discuss some of the specifics of later in this presentation. These features will focus on presenting information about Arezzo's great history and culture, and help make the most out of the trip for anyone that is visiting there, or even for longtime residents who want to find out something new about their city, or maybe find reviews about a local restaurant. Our goal is to make the app useful to absolutely anyone that is in the city of Arezzo. Ultimately, even if every single feature is not useful to everyone, there will still be enough for anyone to use. Furthermore, this information will have to be stored in such a way that it is easily maintainable and updatable as the app and the city of Arezzo itself changes. And so to that end, we will also be developing a database and a server to host the data needed for our application.
After we came out with some solutions to our problems, we find out that there are still some challenges of implementing those solutions. The first challenge is no one in our group has any experience of using the Xamarin. Although it is capable for developing cross-platform application using only the C#, we were not sure its performance in terms of adding special features to only one platform while keeping the other one unchanged. For example, since iPhone 6, all iPhone screens can sense pressure from fingers, but some Android phone may not be able to do the same thing. The second challenge is what pattern of software architecture we are going to use to develop this application. The model, viewer, controller, referred as MVC pattern, is the only one we have studied so far. However, we are not sure how efficient this pattern is for this application. For example, This application will use a large database to store information about views, history, and art. If there is any pattern that will increase the efficiency and reliability, we all should learn how to use it. The third challenge is how we are going to design the graphic user interface. For this application, there are lots of different types of interactions between the users and the application. How can we design the graphic user interface both convenient for the users and beautiful in terms of aesthetics? The last challenge is how we are going to establish our server for this application, or do we really need a server? Only one of our group members is taking the data network class this semester. If he doesn't become an expert at the end of this semester, then this will be the biggest challenge if we decide to use a server.
We were able to make progress toward each of these challenges. For both iOS and Android, the native map application is available for our use. This includes Street View so that users will be able to identify their destination more easily. The use of maps will allow us to label relevant locations around Arezzo. We decided to use the MVC model because Xamarin's website lists it as an efficient and widely used method for applications similar to this. Xamarin.Forms can be used to create the UI in a cross-platform manner. This can be done in C#. New pages in C# represent screens on the app. All standard graphical features, such as buttons or text fields, are available in Xamarin.Forms and can be added to the C# format. There are many established design patterns available within this site to help us design the UI. Our group member with experience in networks will develop the server system. Since this app will involve support for multiple languages, we have also prepared this presentation in Chinese.
我们将要开发一个名叫 Torazon 的手机应用，这个应用可以在安卓和苹果中运用。同时，它也是一个很容易使用的程序，无论用户是谁，都可以很简单的使用它。它的功能是帮助游客去了解不同城市的历史文化和艺术。这个应用将有一个很简单易懂的界面，支持不同国家的语言，支持连接谷歌地图，同时可以让用户去评价他们参观过的任何地方。为了增加旅游途中的乐趣，游客可以通过寻宝游戏的方式去探索城市，这将会使游客更加容易的和直接的去了解城市的文化和历史。对于开发这个应用的细节，我们将使用 C 景语言在 Xamarin 工具中完成我们的编程。同时，为了方便维护和更新，我们会有自己的数据库和服务器来储存数据。在开发过程中，我们会有很多的挑战，因为我们没有任何开发手机应用的经验，所以我们还要去寻找好的编程架构去开发这个程序。同时，我们要考虑使用界面图形的美观度和舒适度。对于苹果 6S 或更上版本的手机，我们还需要考虑压力屏幕的问题。当然，服务器和数据库对于我们的编程人员也是一个很大的挑战。这些问题我们也找到了一些相对应的办法。我们可以尝试使用 MVC 的编程架构下使用 C 景语言去开发程序，这样会让它变得更高效。Xamarin 中有很多图形界面的例子，我们可以选择使用它。同时，使用问卷调查的方式去让不同年龄阶段的人评价应用的图形界面。对于服务器和数据库，我们会尽最大的努力去保存数据的完整。
For this semester, we did lots of preliminary works in order to make the design and the implementation phases easier. We focused on discovering problems, coming out with some plausible solutions, and find out the challenges to implement those solutions. Now we are very confident and excited to move to the next phase, which will be started next semester.